A full day of hoops here on Fox. Welcome to Hartford, Connecticut in the XL Center. It's a top 18 matchup in the first meeting in 2 years between the Louisville Cardinals and the UConn Huskies.
When you think about the experience on this Louisville roster, but not a lot of these players have experience in this type of a ball game on the road.
Transfers from mid-majors, now playing in the ACC for the first time. Good ball movement, the first shot taken by the freshman.
And that's a great sign for you.
Watch the Paige Beckers. Mule will take it inside. Aaliyah Edwards, she can hit that shot. 15 to about 17 feet out. You see the touch that's... Edwards takes it away. Out and running, here's Arnold all alone for another two. And 4 of 5 for Louisville. UConn is 4 of 7 going into this possession.
That's great action right there for Paige Beckers. Nyla Harris not used to having to play off of pin downs and fade screens, and Nika Mule continuing her hot streak. Up in just 1 or 2 steps. Aaliyah Edwards is under the rim in the paint.
Some paint points for Paige Beckers. It's number 18 in the country. Beckers no looks it. Edwards finishes it. Beckers with eyes in the back of her head.
Thinks outside the box. He tries to be on the cutting edge.
And coming out of that timeout, though, UConn turning over Louisville in the bucket for Aubrey Griffin.
Force Edwards to be active on the defensive end.
Here's a look for Paige Beckers. Nothing but net. You're shaking your head. The leading scorer here for Louisville.
And she's been as Aubrey Griffin gets out in transition. How about somebody specifically like Nika Mule, who led this offense a year ago so
Offensive
well.
foul call.
So well.
9 now to shoot here for Mule. Griffin takes her time and sinks the three-point shot.
When you have Aubrey Griffin up there trying to hit Edwards on that pass, because they're not going to guard her from the three-point line. Yes, she hit one. They're going to make her hit more.
It's listed at 5'6" for Louisville. On the push, no rejection. Beckers block. We're getting used to Sydney Taylor. And UConn doesn't waste any time. Here goes Griffin. Transition points, count the bucket and the foul. As a defender, and he said a lot of people underestimate what her length is. No one underestimates what kind of shooter she is, so
Pressure on the Louisville defense right now.
Griffin nearly lost it. Aubrey Griffin step through move. Nika Mule change the pace. Over to Shea. Knocks it down. 3-pointers wild for UConn. And so UConn has numbers. Here's Griffin. Strong to the hoop. And Griffin's got 14 points.
It's a pin down coming back.
Yes, do it. You've seen it. And the slip to Edwards, beautifully done.
Yeah, really good execution. Again, you know Paige Beckers is if you go quick, if you're Connecticut.
Edwards has the same idea, right-handed layup.
That's a great read by Aaliyah Edwards. Learning to adjust, learning to play with new pieces on the floor has been key.
Paige Beckers picks the pocket out to Mule, back to Beckers on the transition, and Beckers is in double figures with 11. Louisville. And persistence there, but an offensive foul against Nyla Harris. First turnover here for UConn. Oh, Beckers again! Beckers blocks keep coming. Off the fingertips. It's Arnold chasing it down for another fast break point. Arnold looking for that screen against Edwards and feeds Edwards. 2-player game for the Huskies.
To UConn's flow offensively.
UConn has made its last 3 attempts on its last 3 possessions. Edwards makes it 4th straight. Along with their 14 points. Cross it over. Griffin looking for it. Griffin staying with it. Griffin putting it through for 16 points.
Oh, what an extra effort by Aubrey Griffin.
A 16-12 advantage on the defensive boards. There's Beckers. 11-point advantage. This is the largest lead today. Edwards adding to it. Side. Curry sneaks out behind the 3-point line, short.
That was really good execution. They got exactly what they wanted, but now UConn out in transition again.
Griffin leaks out for another 2. Jeff Walls has to call the timeout. To the corner. Griffin had 1 3-pointer today. Takes it inside. Aubrey Griffin's having herself a game. Today is arguably the toughest test for Louisville across their schedule. It's the second-ranked opponent that they've taken on. Paige Beckers drills the three right through the heart of the bucket.
Got her again, just a little bit late, not ready to make the pass.
Beckers for three. Back to back for Beckers. 20 points. 20-point lead. Largest lead has been 22 here for UConn.
Nice pass.
Arnold dumping it off to Edwards. And Edwards has a 20-point game. But
they were consistent. They shared the basketball, their ball movement, player movement offensively, and their activity level on the defensive end allowed them to get out in transition. This is going to be the identity of this team moving forward.
86 points UConn has put up, improves to 7-3 overall. Louisville drops just its second game of the season, and 10-2. The two head coaches acknowledge each other after the game, but impressive. A couple of 20-point scores, 22 for Edwards for UConn, 20 for Beckers, 25 for Griffin. 3 20-point scores. Beckers honored before the game for 1,000 points, and UConn rolled after that. For producer Zach Kinman, our director Brian Biederman, for Stephanie White, I'm Lisa Byington. After the break, we'll get you back to Mike Hill and Casey Jacobson in the studio. UConn wins this one.